Owning a 12,000-acre ranch isn't just about cattle and crops. It's about history. My land had been in my family for generations. Boundaries were surveyed, deeds notarized, water rights locked down tighter than Fort Knox. So when the county clerk called me one Tuesday morning, his voice shaky, I knew something was off. "Sir, I think you need to come down here. There's been a filing on your ranch property." I drove into town, boots still muddy, and walked straight into the records office. The clerk slid me a stack of papers, and I nearly laughed in disbelief. The HOA, yes, Karen's HOA, had filed documents claiming they were the rightful owners of my entire ranch. Not an acre, not a pond, the whole 12,000 acres. The sale contract listed me as having agreed to transfer ownership for the grand total of $1. My signature? Forged so poorly a child could have done better. I slammed the papers on the counter. "This is fraud. Where's the notary?" The clerk shook his head. "It's Karen. She signed it as the witness." My blood boiled. The HOA thought they could steal my land on paper, bulldoze through the courts, and sell parcels off to developers. They underestimated just how far I'd go to protect what's mine. First step? I called my attorney, a friend from my Navy days who now specialized in property law. We put together an injunction before the ink was dry. By sundown, a judge had frozen any transfer of my land. Next, I dug through every HOA record I could get my hands on. Using a little cyber know-how, security engineering never leaves your blood. I found their internal emails. And oh, did they incriminate themselves. Karen had written to the board, "Once we secure the land, we can parcel off 2,000 acres for the golf course development. The rest will sell to the corporation. We'll be millionaires." They weren't just messing with me. They were conspiring. The day of the court hearing, Karen strutted in with a cheap suit and 3 board members in tow. She had that smug grin, certain she was walking out a land baroness. The judge called us up. Karen launched into her rant. "Your Honor, this rancher has resisted community integration for years. This property belongs to the HOA by virtue of collective agreement. He agreed to sell. Here's the contract." She slapped the forged document onto the bench like it was a winning poker hand. My attorney calmly stood, passed the judge our evidence packet, and nodded toward me. The judge adjusted his glasses, studied the papers, and then frowned deeply. "Mrs. Harris," the judge said slowly, "this is not only invalid, it's criminal forgery. Your so-called contract is a fraud." Karen stammered, "And no, it's real. He agreed verbally." That's when my lawyer dropped the bomb. He handed over the HOA's internal emails, neatly organized and time-stamped. The judge's face turned crimson. Conspiracy to commit fraud. Attempted theft of land. Forgery. Perjury. Do you have any idea what you've done? Karen's board members started sweating bullets. One even tried to slip out the back of the courtroom. The judge's gavel cracked like thunder. "I'm referring this to the district attorney immediately. Bailiff, detain Mrs. Harris." Karen screamed as the bailiff cuffed her right there in court. "This isn't over. That land is mine. Mine." The DA built a case faster than I expected. With the emails, the forgery, and the fake notary stamp, the HOA board didn't stand a chance. In the end, Karen faced felony charges. Her board scattered like cockroaches, and the HOA was dissolved by court order. Their bank accounts were drained by legal fees, their reputations ruined. And me? I walked back onto my 12,000 acres free and clear, my title stronger than ever, court-sealed and backed by the state. That night, I lit a bonfire under the stars and raised a glass. Some people fight with fines and threats. Karen tried with fraud. But when you mess with my family's land, you'd better be ready for war. And in court, I don't just defend, I destroy.